During one of his last battles against the Westerns, the Meleid was horribly injured, but still, like he was keeping his sickness away from the main character, like he was keeping that hidden, like it was getting way worse. And he had everyone under his paws, keeping any information about how he was actually doing from the main character. Like he had people under his paws being like, we're gonna lie to my husband. We're not gonna let him know how I'm doing because I don't want to put any more stress on him. He's dealing with all that politics and all those assholes. I don't want him to worry about me and fumble and lose and get hurt. Like, it'll be too much stress for him. Like, he has these people under his paws while he's still dealing with the Westerners, still fighting off the Westerners and people who are traitors against their country. Because, again, the people who were trying to get rid of the main character with all that politics stuff was also dealing hands with the restaurants. Like they were completely, utterly being traitors. Like they were making deals and agreements with the Westerners to try to get rid of the Meleid and the Meleid's army. Like they were full on making deals. It was not great. It was bad. Like again, I won't go completely in detail what the politics were because again, I am terrible at explaining them. We all know this. I get confused. Wink wink. But yes, the Meleid was playing 3D deaths about his illness. Like, honey, he not gonna be happy when he finds out. He not gonna be happy. I should have explained this beforehand before I got into the whole politics speeches stuff. Yes, I should have explained this. Yes, they're still fighting against the Westerns. The Pope was able to get rid of that person who kept trying to push for the war to keep going because the guy who was being the person who was backing the guy up was the royal family, but the royal family got disbarred, basically thrown off the throne. And the Pope originally was against continuing the war. Like, he was against it. But the moment that person lost his backing, lost his position, and got thrown out, and the royal family got thrown out, the Pope decides he's going to continue this war. Like, I was a little confused about that. I was like, dude, weren't you in, like, book 4 trying to, like, go home with your tail between your legs? And now you want to continue this war? But this time he's finally getting to take full on position, gets to do the whole bossing around people around because originally, yes, he was kind of the boss, but he still had to follow the orders of the guy who was pushing for this war to continue and had to listen to his whining and griping and throwing tantrums. And now he gets to actually fight. And he, like, now that he gets to actually make orders, he was putting the Meleid on his heels. Like, they were toe to toe with each other, tail to tail. But like the Meleid kept getting upper hands though, because again, he is our Meleid. He's always gonna kind of have the upper hand. But this Pope was really putting the Meleid at his heel, and like I was kind of impressed about the little fight scenes that I got to actually read. But most of what I got to read were politics and not the fight scenes. And honestly, I will admit I rather read more of the fight scenes. But again, I fucking love priests. I love their fight scenes. I love their politics scenes, even if it makes me confused. But yeah, they were still fighting against the Westerners. But they win. They do win. They do win. So, the Meleid gets caught. The Meleid gets caught with his injury and how bad his illness had gotten. He gets caught. So, just as he gets informed, the main character is now emperor. He's bedridden. He's full on bedridden because, again, he almost died and he's still full on bedridden after a whole month. He has all his men around him. They're talking about what's going on, their plans, what they will do. Like, they're having a full on conversation about this is going on. And that is when the main character arrives. And like everyone's already kind of horrified that the main character is now emperor. And the people who meet up with the main character is the main character's second bestie who's disguised himself as the Meleid and the Meleid's bestie. And these two don't know that he is now emperor when he arrives. They know he is, a prince, but they don't know that he's emperor already. And once they see him and he sees them and he sees right through his bestie's disguise and he goes, oh, you've been lying to me. You betrayed me for the Meleid. I knew I shouldn't trusted your words. Like, I knew that you were already seduced to him back when we were younger, that you already had a small crush on him backwards. So I fully kind of did believe your words when you said that you're just drooling about following around the Melly, but I should have known that your easily seduced by him actions would lead to betray me for him. I should have known it. I should have known. Where is he? And like, the Melly's bestie, once he realizes the main character's there, the main character saw through his own bestie's disguise, he jerked it out of there. He rushed to the Melly to warn the Melly. And once the Melly realizes his husband's there, he freaks. He tries hiding. He's trying to get out of his bed. He's really freaking out. And everyone starts freaking out when the main character rocks through that door and he's like, everyone out. I'm like, oh, he ate the Melly up. Like, they do have a conversation. And like, but he is holding himself back. Like, yes, he's been having the cure done. But like, dude is like full on trying not rip his husband a new one. Like, ooh, yeah. Also, look at the scene. They're kissing. They're absolutely beautiful. Like, the main character grows up to be a very handsome man. And as always, the Melly's a gorgeous wife. He is absolutely gorgeous. I want to be in the main character's place. Like, I want to attic wife the Melly up so badly. I badly want to attic wife him. I do. Also, I forgot to say this. The doctor did find a cure for the main character. Like I said at the get-go in part 1, they did find a cure. But like I forgot to state, they did make the cure. The doctor did make the cure. She brought it to the main character. She told him that it'd be painful. And originally they were going to wait until they dealt with all the politics before she started giving the main character the cure, but it was getting way worse. He wasn't able to start controlling himself because everything going on was starting to make him really pissed and very angry. Even though everything was going by his own plans and plots, like, but he was still getting very angry. And he didn't have the Melly there to, be his anchor, be his weight. So he was losing control. So they had to give him the cure early, and it's very, very painful. Like, it is a very painful cure. And she apologized for him, and they didn't realize how bad it was going to be, but it was bad. Like, he's dealing with all this politics and all everyone's bullshit while taking this cure that's painful. Like, I felt so bad for him.